mystery of the soul's journey. Have you ever wondered what truly happens the moment we die? When the heartbeat stops, the breath fades, and the eyes close for the last time. Is that the end of everything? Or could it be the beginning of something our minds can't yet comprehend? For centuries, philosophers, prophets, and scientists have all tried to answer the same question. What is the soul, and where does it go after death? We bury the body, we mourn the loss. Yet something deep within whispers they're not really gone. You can still feel them in the quiet moments, in dreams, in the warmth that lingers long after their touch has vanished. What is that? Memory, imagination, or is it proof that the soul never truly dies? Imagine this. A person takes their final breath. Doctors pronounce time of death. The room grows silent. Yet in that same moment, their consciousness awakens somewhere else. Outside the body, floating above, watching the scene from a place that feels both strange and familiar. They see their loved ones crying, hear the voices fading, and then a light, soft, golden, alive, begins to pull them in. The pain disappears, fear dissolves, and what remains is a peace beyond all understanding. Thousands around the world who've had near-death experiences tell the same story. They speak of leaving their bodies, moving through a tunnel, seeing realms of indescribable beauty, meeting radiant beings, and feeling the embrace of a love so vast that words fail to capture it. Some call it heaven, others call it the source, but all agree it was home. So what if death isn't the end at all? What if this life, with all its joy and sorrow, is just one chapter in an infinite book? What if the soul, after leaving the body, continues its journey through other realms, learning, evolving, remembering who it truly is? The great mystery of existence is not that we die, it's that we live without realizing what we truly are. We are not flesh, trying to be spiritual. We are spirit temporarily wearing flesh. And one day, when this fragile shell falls away, the soul will simply step forward into light, into truth, into eternity. In this video, we will explore the mystery of the soul's journey, from the moment of death to the realms beyond, to the lessons between lives, and the purpose of coming back. Because once you understand where the soul goes, you'll never see life or death the same way again. Number 1. The departure. When the soul detaches from the body. It happens quietly, so quietly that the living often don't notice it. One moment, the person is breathing, their chest rising and falling like the tide. The next, the breath halts, the pulse fades, and something invisible slips away. Doctors call it death, but to the soul it is departure. Those who have stood at the edge of life describe the moment as a soft unraveling. Not pain, not panic, but release. The weight of the body begins to fade. The senses shut down one by one, but awareness doesn't disappear. It expands. You are still there, still you, only lighter, freer, unbound by gravity or fear. Many who have seen this passage from the other side say the first thing they felt was peace, an all-encompassing calm, like floating on warm water beneath endless light. The body that once carried pain, worry, and exhaustion now feels distant, like a dream you've just awakened from. And then comes the moment of realization. You can see yourself. Your body lies below, motionless, while you hover above it, fully conscious. There's no confusion, only curiosity. The room is the same, yet brighter, sharper. Every detail glows. Time itself feels different, slower, almost suspended. Some describe a silvery thread, shimmering like moonlight, connecting their spirit to the physical form. Ancient scriptures call it the silver cord, the bridge between the world of matter and the world of spirit. As long as it remains intact, the soul can return. But when it breaks, the journey continues beyond return. In that sacred instant, the soul looks one last time at the vessel it once called home, with gratitude, not sorrow. The body was never the prison. It was the classroom. It taught the soul to love, to suffer, to feel, and now, its purpose is complete. Then, from somewhere unseen, A pull, gentle but irresistible, calls you forward. It feels like being drawn toward light, toward warmth, toward home. You do not walk or run. You are simply carried. The fear of death melts into wonder. The unknown no longer feels cold. It feels alive. And thus, the journey begins, not with an ending, but with awakening. Number 2. The passage through the realms of light. As the soul drifts from the body, it senses a pull, gentle yet irresistible, like being drawn by the current of an invisible river. There is no fear, no pain, only movement through a space that feels infinite. All around, a faint glow begins to shimmer, first dim, then brighter, expanding until it becomes a radiant sea of light. Those who have been there describe it as a journey through realms of beauty beyond imagination. The darkness of death gives way to color, hues the human eye has never seen, tones that seem to sing. Every ray of light vibrates with meaning, with emotion. It is not silent. It hums softly, alive with energy. This is the realm of light, the first gate of the soul's journey. It is neither heaven nor earth, but a bridge, a place where the boundaries between worlds begin to dissolve. The soul feels weightless, as if floating through waves of warmth and understanding. Thoughts no longer come as words but as knowing, clear, instant, complete. Here, the soul begins to remember. Memories return, not only from the life just lived, but from lives before. It recognizes faces and presences that feel familiar though not human. Beings of light appear, radiant and kind, emanating a peace that feels eternal. They are guides, guardians, teachers, souls who once walked this same path and now help others find their way home. They do not speak, yet you hear them. Welcome back. You have done well. You are safe. As they draw closer, the light around them deepens, and the soul feels a love so vast it erases every trace of fear. There is no judgment, no demand, only acceptance. You understand that you were never truly lost, never truly alone. The passage continues, brighter, deeper, until it feels as though the soul is merging with the very light itself. You sense that beyond this realm lies even greater reality, where truth and love are one. For some souls, this is the threshold of eternity. For others, it is preparation, a pause before they are shown what must come next. But every soul who has crossed this passage says the same thing. Once you have felt this light, you will never see life the same way again. Because now you know, the journey doesn't end in darkness. It begins in the brilliance of divine light. Number 3. The review, seeing one's life with the eyes of the soul. As the light surrounds you, a new awareness awakens, vast, silent, yet filled with meaning. You begin to see not with eyes, but with understanding, and then, like waves rising from an ocean of memory, your entire life unfolds before you. Not as a film played on a screen, but as pure experience. Every moment you've ever lived, from your first breath to your last, returns in perfect clarity. You see yourself as the child who once laughed freely, the adult who struggled and feared, the person who loved, who hurt, who hoped. Yet this time you don't just see it, you feel it. Every word you spoke, every action you took, ripples outward, touching others, and you feel what they felt. When you showed kindness, you are lifted by the same joy you once gave. When you caused pain, you feel the sting of that hurt, not as punishment, but as understanding. There is no voice condemning you, no judge pointing blame. Only truth, luminous, compassionate, absolute. The light is there, watching, embracing, not accusing. Its love is unconditional, unchanging. You realize that judgment never came from God. It came from within yourself. It is your soul that finally sees the impact of its choices, the threads that connect every thought, word, and deed. It is your soul that finally sees the impact of its choices, the threads that connect every thought, word, and deed. And then, revelation dawns. Nothing in life was small. The brief smile to a stranger, The forgiveness you offered, the patience you showed, they mattered. Every act of love expanded the light within you. Every act of cruelty dimmed it. You understand now that the purpose of life was never to succeed or to own. It was to learn how to love, even when it was hard. Some souls weep, not from regret, but from gratitude. They see how every wound became a lesson, every trial a teacher. The pain was never punishment, it was refinement. Through it, the soul learned compassion. When the review ends, you stand in perfect clarity, stripped of illusion, but embraced by mercy. And in the heart of that infinite light, one truth remains, echoing softly. Love was the purpose all along. Number 4. The realms beyond. Heaven, the astral, and the lessons between lives. When the life review fades, the soul finds itself drifting deeper into the light, into realms beyond human comprehension. There are no walls, no clocks, no shadows. The air itself glows, sound becomes color, and color becomes music. Everything breathes with harmony. Here, the soul is no longer bound by the body or the weight of memory. It moves by intention, simply thinking of a place or being, and it is there. For some, the landscape appears as radiant gardens, shimmering lakes, or endless horizons bathed in golden light. For others, it takes the form of pure energy, waves of color pulsing in rhythm with divine consciousness. Each soul perceives the world according to its own vibration, its inner purity, its readiness to see. Those who carry love and light ascend to higher realms, places of indescribable peace, often described as heaven. There, they reunite with familiar souls, friends, family, companions from many lifetimes. Recognition happens not through faces, but through resonance, a deep knowing that says you and I have walked together before. They embrace, not with arms, but with energy, merging in love that transcends words. Yet, not all souls rise immediately. Some linger in the middle realms, not places of punishment, but of reflection and healing. These are the classrooms of the spirit world, where wounded souls rest, learn, and release what still binds them to earth. Guilt, anger, fear, attachment. Guides of light surround them with patience, teaching them how to forgive, especially themselves. Here, the soul studies the patterns of its journey, the lessons it has mastered and those it has not. It begins to see the grand design, how each life was a thread in a vast, luminous tapestry woven by divine intelligence. No experience was wasted. Every joy, every heartbreak, every loss carried meaning. Then comes the understanding that stirs awe. Life on earth was never random. Every encounter, every challenge, every heartbreak was chosen, not as punishment, but as a sacred opportunity to grow closer to love, to truth, to God. In these realms beyond, the soul no longer fears the future or clings to the past. It knows that existence is eternal, and that every ending is only another beginning. The light whispers gently, "You are not done learning yet, but you are never alone." Number 5. The Council of Light. Choosing the next path. After resting in the realms of light, the soul begins to feel a quiet calling, a sense that something important awaits. The brightness around it shifts into a higher vibration, and from the distance emerges a gathering unlike anything known on earth, the Council of Light. This is not a throne room of judgment, but a sanctuary of wisdom. The air hums with sacred energy. The very atmosphere feels alive with intelligence and love. Seated, or rather shining before the soul, are radiant beings of immense presence. Their light is not blinding, yet its purity moves the soul to silence. They are known in many traditions as the elders, the keepers, the divine teachers, or simply the guides of destiny. The soul stands before them, not afraid, but humbled. There are no accusations, no punishments, no words of guilt. Instead, there is remembrance. The council knows everything, every thought, every emotion, every step the soul has taken across lifetimes. Yet what emanates from them is not authority, but compassion. Their gaze pierces straight to the essence of who you are, and through it flows a love that feels like sunlight passing through crystal. They show the soul patterns, images of lives past, choices made, lessons learned, and those still unfinished. Each scene unfolds not to shame, but to guide. You see how your actions rippled through others, how your courage inspired, how your fears restrained your light. And then the question comes, not in sound, but in knowing. What would you like to learn next? For in this realm, there is no coercion. Free will still reigns. The soul chooses its next chapter, where to be born, whom to meet, what challenges to face. Every trial on earth is not punishment, but a lesson chosen in love. Some souls volunteer to help others awaken. Some choose difficult paths to balance energy or to expand compassion. Before the decision is sealed, the soul sees glimpses, potential futures, possible timelines, and feels the weight of the choice. Yet the light of the counsel surrounds it, assuring, no choice is ever wrong. Every path leads home. When the soul finally chooses, a wave of peace flows through the chamber. The beings of light bless it with strength and forgetfulness. For to truly learn, one must enter the world without remembering the lesson plan. And so, wrapped in love and purpose, the soul prepares for the great return, back to the school of earth, back to the dance of time. Number 6. Rebirth, the return to the earthly school. When the choice is made and the lessons are set, the soul feels a shift, a gentle contraction of its vast, radiant energy. From the infinite expanse of light, it begins to spiral inward, descending through layers of vibration toward the density of matter. The return has begun. There is no fear, only purpose. The soul knows what awaits: limitation, forgetting, imperfection, yet it accepts them with grace. For these are the tools through which wisdom is forged. To learn compassion, it must feel pain. To learn strength, it must face struggle. To understand love, it must forget what love feels like and rediscover it anew. The descent is not a fall, but a surrender. The soul grows smaller and smaller, condensing its light into a spark, a pulse, a seed of consciousness. Then, in a moment sacred and unseen, it merges with the physical, entering the womb of its chosen mother. That instant, invisible to human eyes, is profound beyond words. It is the moment when eternity touches time, when divine awareness becomes flesh. The soul does not yet remember who it is, but somewhere deep within, the memory of heaven remains. The rhythm of the mother's heartbeat becomes its first song, the warmth of her body its first home. As the body forms, the veil of forgetfulness descends. The soul begins to dream, the dream of life. It will grow, laugh, hurt, and love. It will seek meaning, not knowing that the meaning has always been within. And though it will forget its true nature, guides and synchronicities will appear along the way, whispers from the realm it once called home. When the first cry bursts into the air, the journey resumes. The soul has returned to the earthly school, the classroom of emotion, choice, and contrast. Every face it meets, every joy, every loss, is part of the plan it once made with the counsel of light. And though the body may one day age and die, the soul will not. It has only changed form, again to continue learning, loving, remembering. Rebirth is not a beginning nor an end. It is the breath between eternities, the sacred rhythm of existence itself. Each heartbeat, each sunrise is the echo of that timeless promise. I will return until I learn to love perfectly. Number 7. Awakening in life, remembering who we are. There comes a moment, sometimes in the stillness of dawn, sometimes in the middle of heartbreak, when something deep within begins to stir. It's a quiet whisper, a soft pull from beyond the noise of the world. You can't explain it, but you feel it. You've been here before. Pawn. You start noticing patterns, the déjà vu in a stranger's eyes, the unspoken recognition in a passing face. the strange familiarity of a place you've never been. You begin to question, is this just coincidence or memory? Slowly the walls of forgetfulness start to crack, and through them shines the first light of remembrance. This is awakening, the moment the soul starts remembering who it truly is. For lifetimes we walk through the earthly school believing we are our names, our faces, our stories. We chase dreams, build identities, cling to fears, all while forgetting the truth. We are not human beings trying to be spiritual. We are spiritual beings temporarily human. The pain, the loss, the search for purpose, they were never punishments. They were signposts, guiding us back to awareness. Awakening doesn't happen through miracles. It happens through moments, in silence, in kindness, in forgiveness, in grief. Every act of love, every breath of compassion reopens the memory of where we came from. And little by little the soul begins to recognize the divine pulse beating beneath ordinary life. When you awaken, the world doesn't change, you do. You see beauty in what once seemed broken. You feel peace in what once brought fear. You realize that no one is truly separate, that every soul you meet is a mirror of the same eternal light. The awakened soul lives differently, not in denial of the world, but in harmony with it. It moves slower, loves deeper, forgives faster. It no longer seeks heaven somewhere above, because it sees heaven glimmering in the eyes of others, in every sunrise, in every moment of breath. And when death comes again, it will not be an ending, only another passage, another page in the infinite story of light. To awaken is to remember that we have never been lost, only dreaming. And the moment you open your eyes, you realize the truth that has always been waiting inside you. You are the soul, timeless, luminous, and already home. Conclusion: the infinite journey of light. When we strip away all illusions, the body, the titles, the memories, what remains is light. Not the light we see with our eyes, but the one that sees through our eyes. It is the awareness that has no beginning and no end. The part of you that has lived 1,000 stories yet never aged a single day. That is the soul, the traveler between worlds, forever learning, forever returning to love. The mystery of the soul's journey is not about death. It's about life. Death is merely the turning of a page, the shifting of awareness from one realm to another. The soul does not vanish when the body fades. It expands. It leaves the small room of matter and steps into the vast cathedral of eternity. From birth to death, from one life to the next, the soul carries only one treasure: consciousness. Every moment of kindness, every spark of understanding, every lesson in compassion becomes light. And that light builds the soul's true form. When you help, forgive, love, or even suffer with grace, you polish the mirror of eternity within you. Eventually, every soul comes to the same realization: it has never truly left the source. The long pilgrimage through lifetimes was never about traveling far, but about awakening to what was always inside. The soul's journey is a spiral, not a line. It circles closer and closer to the divine center, until one day the traveler and the destination become one. Those who glimpse this truth no longer fear death. They revere life. They see every sunrise as sacred, every tear as a teacher, every encounter as an appointment made long before birth. They live not to escape the world, but to sanctify it with awareness. And so, when your final day arrives, when the last breath leaves your chest and the world grows silent, may you smile, because you will know the light that rises from within you is not leaving. It's returning home. For the journey of the soul has no end, only transformation. You were light before you were born, and you will be light long after death. The body is a chapter, the soul is the story. And that story never stops shining.